NTE is the newest entry to join the ranks of the big open-world gacha games. The distinct gimmick it has is that it has a modern theme in the form of urban cities. This new theme also comes with a new system that you can get lost in terms of customization and flexibility in the form of the City Tycoon mode. I had a bit of early access to the game before its launch, so I'll be sharing my findings as to which goals and progression systems to prioritize when starting out on day one. Beginning with the City Tycoon aspect, followed by a few general progression trends I noticed. Do you want to buy luxury cars and fancy apartments? Do you want to know how to efficiently manage your businesses and employees? Well, given that the City Tycoon aspect of NTE was what I was most interested in, I'm going to be giving my suggestions on how to navigate it as a beginner on day one, to get started on spending your time and resources wisely in the city of Hethro. Let's begin. First, I would like to clarify that this video was made using a test version of the game that was very close to launch. I expect most or all of the information to apply to the final release, but this video only accounts for a beginner tutorial, as I'm sure newer and more efficient methods will be discovered as more people join the game. Also, this video is sponsored by Hoda Studio, but it's mainly intended to be educational, as I will be releasing my independent review on NTE in the coming weeks. First, why would you bother participating in the City Tycoon? Well, aside from NTE being the first major urban open-world RPG, managing your properties and assets will also net you in-game rewards for faster progression. Specifically, the currency Fonts is used in the Tycoon, but leveling characters and weapons uses another common currency instead. While you can use Fonts to buy in-game materials, you can also use it to buy the tokens needed to purchase the arcs, aka the weapons in the shop, letting you have a bigger roster of weapons to use on your characters. As you increase your Tycoon level, the amount of these keys you can buy also increases. How do you earn more fonts? Well, I'll start from the beginning and go through my own suggestions on how to make your own Tycoon businesses grow and make you more at a faster rate. In the beginning of the game, it's very unlikely that you'll have enough to buy any properties or those fancy cars. While you can still buy them whenever you have the funds, it's better to start off in the cafe business management portion. Sometime in the first chapter, you'll be introduced to the Tycoon mode itself, and while the game doesn't mark this mode as mandatory, I think you should get started right away while putting the main story on a short hold. Completing your dailies and one-time missions should be enough for you to buy the first four-wheel car you can afford. This is quite critical because the city of Hethro is massive, and having this form of transportation will help out a lot. You can just summon the car to your location at any time, assuming you're nearby a road. Here's a short bonus tip I discovered. I remember playing NTE during one of its beta tests, and I found the handling for vehicles to be smoother if you use a controller. So you'll start noticing this if you try to drift around. So try to use a controller if you have one. If for whatever reason you don't have a car or don't want to drive to the other corner of the map, this game also has a working transit system where you can look for these subway stations, wait for the train to arrive, board it, and it will take you to the 5 different districts around the city. Then you can resume your exploration in a new environment. If you already have the teleporters unlocked, this will likely be slower, but it is fascinating to ride the train at least once to see that it is in the game. Okay, the next step in the Tycoon is to start out the cafe, as this allows you to start passively generating fonts to spend elsewhere. You'll just start out in the one location you have access to, and the game will likely prompt you to put in 2 employees to boost your output. Every unit in the game has a life skill that can be leveled to gain more benefits as you increase it, but this obviously has no impact on combat. You'll have to level up the management of the cafe to gain access to more recipes and other functions. You also have to restock the materials needed to make the menu items. While there is an option to auto-restock, in the beginning of the game you don't have access to this yet. At this point in time, you can select how many resources are needed to keep the cafe going, and the shopping list will be added to your menu UI on the left. Then you'll actually have to go into the city and search for a convenience store to buy the supplies. While you can see where the respective supplies can be bought, you have to go there and get it. Once you have the appropriate amount, go back into the Tycoon menu and manually press the restock button. I found that the game doesn't give you any waypoints or hints, so this is one of the few things you'll actually have to figure out yourself. Each of the cafe spots also can be decorated with furnishing. You get more popularity points in return, and this will increase the rate you get fonts. You can find certain furnishings in these toy shops all around town that sell decorations exclusive to this mode. Now, gaining passive funds will be a marathon in the early game, as you really won't get that far in the cafe at this time. Instead, you can participate in side activities. Worth mentioning that some of these activities can consume stamina, but the type of it is different. City stamina is not the same as the one used for running dungeons that drop level up materials for your characters. But even if you don't have any city stamina left, you're still allowed to participate in these activities. Certain activities like transporting a truckload of cargo do have a sweep feature, so you can just spend city stamina quickly if you want it, but you will have to do it once manually at first. A cool minigame that also seems to give a boatload of funds is the heist mode, where you try to venture deeper into the vaults while attempting to evade detection and search for high-value loot. If you take damage, then it's possible that some of the value you stole will be lost. Once you've had enough, you can look for these phone booth exits to cash in the rewards, but the longer you spend in there, the more exit points become unavailable. I played it for a couple rounds, and I was actually surprised that you're able to get like tens of thousands of fonts in relatively little time, and the mode itself was fun. But there is a cap on this, so just be mindful. It obviously doesn't hurt to try maxing out as soon as you get into the game though. Once you do have enough dough, you can buy properties around the city. This is more of a luxury, but there are certain gameplay changes that come with these safe houses. There are furniture shops all around town where you can buy stuff to place inside these homes, and certain furnishings called anomaly furniture will give you certain gameplay buffs, like being able to just teleport to the safe house, or certain small stat boosts to your deployed party. Such furniture are rewards from anomaly missions which you can find within the world. What's more, you can actually invite certain characters to move into your home when you reach a high level of bond. Increasing bond to level 10 grants you an alternate outfit for that character, but just keep in mind that not all of them have a new outfit at this time. Same goes for who can be invited to your houses, as only some of them are allowed at the game's launch. They will simply wander around in your home, but you can also do some activities with them. This can be done to increase bond even further. When you increase the city Tycoon level high enough, you get access to its respective shop, where its inventory will be expanded the more you grow your business empire. The item I'd recommend saving up for will be these keys that are used to get the high quality arcs that you can equip to your characters. This effectively allows you to bypass the weapon banner and guarantee arcs of your choice. Once you get accustomed to the city, there's still the matter of making your characters stronger for combat. I think everyone that has played open world gacha games will ease into the progression system rather early. You have these farming stages that all have their own unique flair, and when you enter a farming stage, there's actually no loading screen. You can double up on the rewards by spending double stamina. While I'm still figuring out the elemental system, something strange I noticed is that counterattacks just happen to do a lot of damage. While you can charge up your skills and ults, if you simply dodge an attack at the right time and counter, it depletes a big chunk of health. The elemental system is slightly more diverse than just mixing two together, as some of the reactions will require more than two elements. There is drastically reduced RNG components when leveling gear that comes in the form of these Tetris pieces, where you try to fit them in each character's unique grids. What's special about NTE's system is that you can actually see the 4 substats that a piece of relic will have as soon as you get it, so you can pick and choose which one to level. I'll also go over the gacha system briefly. NTE has a 0.99% for 5-star characters, which is oddly specific, and the rate-up chance for new characters is 100%, meaning that you're guaranteed to get the rate-up once you get a 5-star. The gacha animation shows you rolling dice on a board game, where the tile you land on is the reward you get. If you reach soft pity, that's when some of the squares are replaced with the SSR character. Obviously, this is just for show, and you can't change the squares you land on, but it is a cool animation. That about does it for the guide video, but closing off, I would like to say a few things regarding the general atmosphere of the game that I found during the time I played. Visually, it's incredibly impressive what the game has come up with, such as the ray-traced reflections at night, especially when raining. A short montage of the game, as you explore the different sites, will show you why NTE has been in the works for so long. Even if you run out of quests to do, you can always just explore the city for hidden stuff, because there is a lot out there. While I obviously don't expect every single building to be decorated and fleshed out, many of them can actually be entered. I'll likely be taking some time to explore the city on my own once the game drops, since you'll find a different site almost every block. Anyways, that about does it for the day 1 tips on the city tycoon aspects of the game, as well as general gameplay. If this video got you interested, use the link in the description to download NTE today. Once again, thank you to Hoda Studio for sponsoring this guide video, and I will be releasing my own independent review of the game in a few weeks. Thank you for watching, be sure to spend moderately, and have fun out there.